Good evening and welcome to Ville News. I'm your host, Ruby Mundok, alongside Georgea Hall, here to give you the latest local, state, and national headlines.
Coming up in this episode, we have updates on an extension to the Hamas-Palestinian truce, a hunter killed in a fire, and how the Tell School of Music is producing their annual holiday concert. Stay tuned because Ville News starts now.
The truce between Israel and Hamas has been extended for 2 more days. Per the agreement, Hamas will release 10 hostages each additional day, while Israel will release Palestinian detainees in return. Mark Regev, senior advisor to the Israeli Prime Minister, stated, quote, "For every 10 hostages released, we're willing to give an extension of another day, and if Hamas will release Israeli hostages as agreed, we will extend. That's the bottom line," end quote. The truce was initially agreed to last for 4 days and saw to the release of 50 Israeli women and children from captivity in Gaza, along with others. Officials report that this truce has brought the total number of freed hostages to 69. Regev credits United States President Joe Biden for helping create the parameters of this deal. President Biden shared that the United States will not stop until all hostages held by Hamas are released, and that the White House hopes to see this truce extended even further.
After 17 days in a collapsed tunnel within the Himalayan mountains, all of the 41 Indian laborers that were stuck had been rescued. Originally, the laborers had been working on a road tunnel, but had been trapped due to a suspected landslide on November 12th. On November 28th, workers had eventually been pulled out of the tunnel by an escape pipe. This was only made possible due to a team of rat hole mining experts who had come in due to the original mechanical drill breaking down. This method of mining is currently outlawed in Indiana due to its high risk. Before the laborers were free, though, they had been given oxygen, food, water, and medicine through a small water pipe. The first laborer was seen making their way out around 8 p.m. local time, where they had then met the ambulances and helicopters on standby. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has seen this work as, quote, an amazing example of humanity and teamwork, end quote.
When we get back, updates on a fire that killed a hunter in his tree stand and a Pennsylvania teacher competing on the Food Network. Ville News will be right back. On Saturday, March 25th in Belfast Township, PA, a 76-year-old McConnellsburg man was killed in Fulton County. The tree stand he was perched in was engulfed in flames. Raymond Seville Jr. was using a propane heater in a prefabricated polyurethane tree stand while hunting in the 900 block of Gem Road in Belfast Township when the heater caught on fire. The Fulton County coroner Burley Saunders speculated that there may have been a crack in the heater's rubber hose. This could have possibly been chewed by an animal, but this is not certain due to the extent of the fire damage. Seville's wife attempted to rescue him but was overwhelmed by smoke. Seville was pronounced dead of smoke inhalation at 8:30 a.m.
A teacher from Reamstown Elementary School was selected to compete in Food Network's holiday reality TV show. Samantha Hatt of Berks County, Pennsylvania, will be featured on Season 7, Episode 5 of the series Christmas Cookie Challenge. Hatt began baking during the pandemic and started her small business through her Instagram account, SLH Cookies. An associate producer from the show reached out to her last winter, and after 3 calls with the producers, several photo cookie submissions, and timed baking challenges, she was selected to compete. Hatt was flown to California in early June to film the episode over the course of 3 days. She stated, quote, "The cameras are in your face the entire time. They're also constantly telling you to talk while you're baking. It was definitely more challenging than at home, but I also kind of thrive on being competitive," end quote. The episode will air this Thursday, November 30th at 9 p.m.
When we get back, we'll have updates about a doctor charged with sexual assault and why a local creek is colored green. Ville News will be right back. The Tell School of Music is hard at work preparing their annual winter concert. Megan Rapone talked to students and faculty about how they're getting ready to spread holiday cheer.
Sounds of the Season is Millersville University's annual holiday concert that showcases multiple music acts. It returns for its 18th year to highlight campus's talented music students. We talked to director Dr. Jeffrey Gemmel and student Michael Klitsch, who is a longtime returning member of Glorious Sounds.
I founded the concert in 2006 when I first came to Millersville, and so we're celebrating our 18th year.
I am singing in chorale as well as doing the vocal percussion for Philharmonics.
Glorious Sounds showcases multiple different acts from students in the music department, performing holiday songs from Carol of the Bells to Sleigh Ride. It is a continuous concert without an intermission, and the audience is encouraged to sing along.
The total number of acts is around 32 acts each year, so that means 32 different musical selections. So you can come to one concert and hear all of these different groups.
Student-run groups have to prepare that rep for an audition, and then from there you rehearse and you make sure that you are up to snuff so that Dr. Gemmel enjoys your performance.
Since 2006, we've started this surround sound idea. There's no intermission, and then there's no applause in between the numbers. So it just goes from one group to the next with about enough time for a breath in between each of the different selections.
Glorious Sounds of the Season is a scholarship fundraising concert. Proceeds that come from tickets support student scholarships and program development. 20 students in the music department have been selected for the scholarship by the Tell School of Music faculty.
All of the proceeds go right back to student scholarships, program development, and things to help the Tell School and Millersville University students.
My sophomore year, I was a recipient from the money that was raised during my first year here. It's a nice little reward for people who are noticeably putting in a lot of effort to make sure that the Tell School runs as smoothly as it does.
Glorious Sounds of the Season will take place on December 2nd at 4 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. and December 3rd at 2:30 p.m. at the Winter Visual and Performing Arts Center in Clare Hall. I'm Megan Rapone at Millersville University.
A Manheim Township doctor charged with sexually assaulting 2 patients has fled the country. Vladimir Akomi was arrested on June 6 on 2 counts of indecent assault, but later posted the $25,000 bail needed for him to be free. Akomi was arrested for the second time on October 1st, but was later released from Lancaster County Prison after posting $125,000 bail. Lancaster County District Attorney Heather Adams and her office filed a motion to revoke Akomi's bail on October 2nd. Akomi failed to show at his hearing on October 3rd, and Judge Jeffrey Conrad revoked Akomi's bail and issued an arrest warrant. Law enforcement found that Akomi fled between his second arrest and the motion to revoke his bail. Akomi's prosecution is currently on hold, with the district attorney's office seeking to extradite Akomi if he is arrested. The public is asked to contact the Pennsylvania State Police if they have any knowledge of Akomi's whereabouts.
A portion of Little Conestoga Creek was discovered to be an odd shade of green on Saturday morning. Emergency crews quickly responded to the scene and began investigation on the new green water. Hazmat Environmental Fire Rescue Company has inspected the water and said there is no need for concern for the public or wildlife. Peter Tarabelli, the public information officer with Mountville Fire Company, says that the odd color looks alarming, but the water doesn't have a different smell or taste. The color is caused by food-grade dye, which should dissipate from the water over time. The DEP plans to release a report later this week. In the meantime, professionals claim there is no real concern for this cause.
That's all we have this week for Ville News. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next week for the latest local, state, and national headlines.